Anna wiped her hands on her apron and took a deep breath. The cafe was busy again today. The morning rush had passed, but the afternoon was just starting, and people were already lining up for their coffee and snacks. Anna had worked at this small cafe for almost 2 years now. It was not a fancy place, but it was her job, and she did her best every day. Anna was proud of her work. She loved the people she met, the smiles she saw when she served someone a good cup of coffee, and even the little conversations she had with regular customers. Her voice carried a soft accent, a sound from her childhood, mixed with the city's busy streets where she now lived. Sometimes, people would ask her where she was from. Anna would smile and tell them her story, but today, something different was about to happen. The door of the cafe opened, and in walked a man and a woman. The man was tall and calm, dressed in a simple but very expensive suit. He carried himself quietly, but there was something about him that made people notice. The woman was very different. She walked with confidence, wearing bright clothes and shiny jewelry. Her eyes were sharp, and she looked around the cafe with a little smile that did not quite reach her eyes. Anna had seen many customers, but something about this couple caught her attention. She prepared herself to serve them with care. "Good afternoon," Anna said politely as she came to their table. "What would you like to order today?" The man looked up and gave a small smile. "Just coffee for me, please." "Black." The woman smiled brightly and said, "I'll have a cappuccino, extra foam, and make it quick. We don't have much time." Anna nodded and wrote down the order. As she turned to leave, she heard the woman speaking quietly but clearly to the man. "Did you hear her accent? It's so thick. I can barely understand her," the woman whispered with a little laugh. Anna's heart tightened, but she did not show it. She kept moving, pouring coffee and preparing the cappuccino, focusing on her work. She told herself not to pay attention to the woman's words. It was better to stay calm. As she brought the drinks to the table, the woman said louder this time, so some nearby customers could hear, "I don't know how she even works here with that accent. It sounds funny." Anna paused for a moment, feeling embarrassed. She looked at the man beside the woman. He was quiet and did not say anything. His face was calm, but Anna wondered what he was thinking. Anna placed the cups on the table gently. "Here you go. Please enjoy." The woman smiled again, this time with a hint of mockery. "Thanks," she said, but her eyes never met Anna's. Anna walked away quickly, her hands shaking just a little. She took a moment behind the counter to breathe. She thought about what the woman had said. It was not the first time someone had made fun of her accent. Growing up, she had heard many people talk about it. Sometimes, it hurt, but she always believed her voice was part of who she was. It told her story. After a few minutes, Anna returned to the floor, ready to serve the other customers. She reminded herself that her life was bigger than this moment. She had dreams to chase and a future to build. The man and the woman stayed in the cafe longer than Anna expected. She saw the woman checking her phone often and talking sharply to the man. Anna noticed the man's smile disappear when the woman spoke like that. He seemed tired, like he was holding back something. As the cafe started to empty, the couple got up to leave. Anna gathered the empty cups from their table. She tried to ignore the woman's last comment, loud enough for Anna to hear again. "She talks like she's from another world. It's embarrassing." Anna felt her cheeks burn, but this time she stood tall. She wanted to say something, to tell the woman that her words were cruel, but the words got stuck in her throat. Instead, she smiled softly and said, "Have a nice day." The couple walked out, and Anna watched them disappear into the busy street outside. She wondered about the man's quiet face. There was something gentle and kind in his eyes, even if the woman next to him was cold and sharp. Anna cleaned the table slowly, thinking about what might happen next. She believed that kindness and respect were stronger than any words spoken to hurt someone. And deep inside, she hoped that one day, someone would see her for who she truly was, beyond her accent and her job. That evening, after the cafe closed, Anna sat on the small bench outside the shop. The city lights flickered around her, but her mind was heavy with the words from earlier. Mia's laughter and sharp comments echoed again and again. It felt like a cold wind cutting through her heart. Anna had always been proud of where she came from, proud of her voice and the stories it carried. But today, for the first time in a long time, she felt small. She wondered if she would ever be truly accepted, or if people would always judge her by the sound of her accent or the job she did. Her hands trembled slightly as she held her phone. She scrolled through pictures of her family back home, smiling faces that reminded her of strength and love. Her mother's voice came to her in memory, soft but strong, telling her to never lose hope and always believe in herself. Anna took a deep breath. She had to be strong. She had a dream that went far beyond the walls of this cafe. She wanted to study, to build a better life, to prove to herself and others that her voice was a gift, not a joke. But today, the hurt was real. At home, Anna's small apartment was quiet. The walls were simple, decorated with photos of her family and a few books she had saved over the years. She sat down at her small desk and opened her notebook. Writing had always been her refuge. She wrote down her feelings, the sadness, and the hope. The words flowed from her heart. Sometimes people forget that words can hurt, not because they are loud, but because they are sharp. But I will not let their words break me. My voice is part of me, and I will speak proudly. As Anna closed the notebook, a small smile appeared on her lips. She reminded herself that every day was a chance to grow stronger. The next morning came quickly. Anna woke early, ready to face another busy day at the cafe. She put on her uniform and looked at herself in the mirror. Her reflection showed a tired face, but her eyes were bright with determination. When Anna arrived at work, the cafe was already bustling. The smell of fresh coffee filled the air, and the sound of chattering customers created a familiar comfort. She greeted her co-workers with a smile and began her tasks. Throughout the day, Anna focused on her work, serving customers with kindness and patience. But in the back of her mind, Mia's mocking voice still whispered. She knew she could not let those words take over her heart. During a short break, Anna sat with her friend Lisa, another waitress who had worked at the cafe for years. Lisa noticed Anna's quiet mood and asked gently, "Is everything okay, Anna?" Anna hesitated, then shared a little about what had happened. Lisa listened carefully, her eyes full of understanding. "People can be mean sometimes," Lisa said softly. "But remember, their words say more about them than about you. You are strong, and you have so much to offer. Don't let anyone make you feel less." Anna nodded, feeling a little better. Lisa's kindness was like a warm light in a dark room. As the day went on, something unexpected happened. The door opened, and the man from the day before, Lucas, stepped inside. He looked around quietly, almost like he was searching for something. Anna felt a flutter in her chest but stayed calm. She greeted him politely. Lucas gave her a small, gentle smile and said, "Good afternoon. Can I have a cup of black coffee, please?" Anna quickly prepared the coffee and brought it to his table. Lucas looked up and said, "Thank you. You have a very kind smile." Anna's heart warmed. It was the first kind word she had heard from someone in that place in a long time. Lucas stayed in the cafe for a while, quietly sipping his coffee and reading a book. Anna noticed he seemed peaceful here, away from the busy world outside. When he left, he nodded at Anna once more and said softly, "Have a good day." That evening, Anna thought about Lucas's words. For the first time since Mia's cruel joke, she felt a spark of hope. Maybe, just maybe, someone would see her for who she really was. But she also knew the road ahead would not be easy. There were still many challenges, many people who might not understand her or respect her. But Anna was ready. She was ready to fight for her dreams, ready to prove that kindness and strength could shine brighter than any cruel words. As she went to sleep that night, Anna whispered to herself, "I am more than my accent. I am more than a waitress. I am enough." And with that quiet promise, a new chapter in her life began. The morning sun spilled softly through the windows of the cafe. Anna moved around with practiced ease, carrying plates and cups, always ready with a smile. Her mind, however, was not on the busy day ahead. She kept thinking about the man from yesterday, Lucas. There was something different about him, something calm and kind that stood out from the usual crowd. The cafe door opened again, and Anna looked up. She saw Lucas enter, this time alone. His quiet presence filled the small space as he looked for a place to sit. Anna felt her heart beat faster but kept her smile gentle and professional. Lucas walked up to the counter and said, "Excuse me, may I have a table by the window, please? I need some time to think." Anna nodded and led him to a small table near the window. The sunlight touched his face softly. She noticed the tired look in his eyes, the way he seemed to carry a weight nobody could see. As she poured water for him, she asked quietly, "Is everything okay, sir?" Lucas looked up, surprised for a moment by her kindness. Then he smiled softly. "Thank you. I'm just trying to sort some things out. It's been a difficult time." Anna nodded understandingly. "Sometimes, talking helps," she said gently. Lucas looked at her for a moment, then said, "Would you mind if I asked your name?" "Anna," she replied, surprised but pleased. "I'm Lucas," he said. "It's nice to meet you, Anna." The moment felt real and honest. Lucas's calm voice and quiet smile made Anna feel safe, as if she could trust him without knowing much about him. Throughout the day, Lucas stayed in the cafe. He ordered coffee and sometimes just sat quietly, watching the world outside the window. Anna checked on him often, always polite but with a growing curiosity about the man who seemed so different from others. Some customers whispered as they saw the billionaire sitting alone in a simple cafe. They wondered why someone like him would come to such a small place. Anna heard their questions but did not pay attention. She knew Lucas was more than his title or his wealth. As the afternoon grew late, Lucas finally spoke to Anna again. "You have a calm presence, Anna. It's rare these days." Anna smiled. "I try. Life is not always easy, but I believe kindness can make a difference." Lucas nodded. "I agree. Kindness is the strongest thing we can offer." Suddenly, a voice interrupted from the other side of the cafe. Mia, the woman from the day before, had arrived. She spotted Lucas and walked directly toward him, her face full of sharp confidence. "Lucas," she said loudly, "I didn't expect to find you here." Lucas looked up, his calm fading slightly. "Mia," he said quietly. Anna felt a sudden tension in the room. Mia's eyes landed on her, and a cold smile appeared on her face. "So, this is the girl you want to spend time with? A waitress from this little cafe?" Mia's voice was full of sarcasm. Lucas stood up slowly, his eyes steady. "Yes, Anna has been very kind to me today. I appreciate that." Mia laughed, but it sounded forced. "Kindness? Or something else?" Anna felt her cheeks burn. She wanted to say something, to stand up for herself, but she stayed silent, knowing that this was not the right moment. Lucas looked at Mia with quiet strength. "It's time for us to talk in private," he said firmly. Mia glanced at Anna one last time, her smile disappearing. She turned and left the cafe without another word. Anna watched her go, feeling a mix of relief and sadness. She did not understand the whole story, but she sensed that something important was happening. Lucas returned to his seat and looked at Anna. "Thank you for being yourself," he said softly. "You have a special strength." Anna smiled, feeling warmth spread in her chest. "Thank you, Lucas. That means a lot." As the cafe grew quieter, Anna and Lucas talked quietly about simple things: dreams, life, and hope. For the first time in a long time, Anna felt like she was being seen, not for her accent or her job, but for who she really was. When Lucas finally left, he paused by the door and said, "I hope to see you again soon, Anna." Anna watched him go, a feeling of hope blooming inside her. She knew the days ahead would bring change, and though she did not yet understand how, she was ready to face it. That night, Anna sat by her window, thinking about the unexpected kindness she had found. She realized that sometimes, life surprises us when we least expect it. And sometimes, a simple smile can change everything. The news spread like wildfire the very next day. Anna heard the whispers before she even stepped into the cafe. People talked in low voices, casting curious glances her way. The woman named Mia, the billionaire's girlfriend who had mocked Anna's accent just days before, was suddenly gone. Anna felt a strange mix of relief and surprise. She didn't know much about Mia, except the sharpness in her voice and the coldness in her smile. But now, something was changing, and it seemed like it would change Anna's life too. That morning, Anna arrived at work earlier than usual. The cafe was quiet, and she took a deep breath, preparing herself for the busy day ahead. As she organized the tables, she noticed the familiar figure walk in. It was Lucas. This time, he wasn't alone. Anna's heart skipped a beat when she saw the woman beside him. But it was not Mia. It was someone else, a woman she did not recognize, calm and smiling softly as she walked with Lucas. Lucas stopped in the middle of the cafe and looked around. Then, to Anna's surprise, he called out, "Anna, please come here." Anna walked to the table, curious and a little nervous. Lucas smiled warmly and said, "I want everyone here to meet someone very important to me." Anna's eyes widened as Lucas turned to the woman beside him. "This is Sarah. She is my wife." The cafe fell silent. Anna felt a rush of emotions: confusion, happiness, and something else she couldn't quite name. Lucas continued, "Sarah and I have been married for some time now, but we kept it private. Today, I want to share this with you all." Anna looked at Sarah, who smiled kindly at her. There was no jealousy or bitterness, only warmth. Later, as the day went on, Anna learned more from the other waiters and customers. Lucas and Mia had broken up suddenly. No one knew exactly why, but it was clear that Mia's sharp words and cold heart had driven a wedge between them. Sarah, on the other hand, was different. She was gentle, patient, and kind. People said she brought out the best in Lucas, making him more open and happy. Anna couldn't help but feel a little hopeful. If someone as powerful as Lucas could find kindness and love, maybe there was hope for everyone. That afternoon, Anna had a quiet moment with Lucas. He thanked her for her strength and kindness during the difficult days. "You have shown me what true respect means," he said softly. Anna smiled, feeling a warmth in her chest she had never known before. She realized that sometimes, life brings surprises when we least expect them, moments that change everything for the better. As the cafe closed, Anna looked out at the city lights. She thought about the day, about Lucas and Sarah, and about her own dreams. She felt ready to face the future with hope and courage, knowing that kindness and respect would always be her guide. After the surprising news about Lucas and Sarah, the cafe seemed to change. The usual chatter was filled with questions and quiet excitement. Everyone wanted to know more about the billionaire and his new wife. But Anna stayed calm. She knew that real life was not about gossip or rumors, it was about truth and respect. That evening, after the cafe had closed, Lucas asked Anna if she could stay for a moment. She nodded, curious but calm. The cafe was empty, the soft hum of the city outside creating a peaceful background. Lucas looked at her seriously. "Anna, I want to tell you something important," he said softly. Anna waited, her heart beating faster. Lucas began, "Mia, my girlfriend, was not the person I thought she was. She was more interested in wealth and power than in who I really am. She looked down on you because of your accent and your job. That hurt me." Anna listened carefully. She felt a mix of sadness and relief. Sadness because of what Mia had done, relief because Lucas saw the truth. Lucas continued, "You, Anna, are different. You have kindness and strength. You don't hide who you are. That is what made me respect you." Anna's eyes filled with tears. She had never expected such words from someone like Lucas. "Thank you," she whispered. "That means a lot." Lucas smiled gently. "I want you to know that I am sorry for what happened. No one should be treated badly because of who they are or where they come from." Anna nodded, feeling a weight lift from her heart. As days passed, Lucas and Sarah's relationship became more known in the city. But the story that people did not see was the quiet support Lucas gave Anna. He encouraged her to follow her dreams and believe in herself. One afternoon, Lucas invited Anna to a small meeting. He wanted to help her find a way to continue her education. Anna had always dreamed of studying business, and Lucas believed she had the potential to succeed. At first, Anna was hesitant. She never thought someone like Lucas would care about her dreams. But his kindness was real. "Anna," Lucas said, "you deserve the chance to grow. I want to help you make your dreams come true." Anna looked at him, surprised and grateful. "I don't know what to say." "Say yes," Lucas smiled. "Let's start this journey together." With Lucas's support, Anna applied to a nearby college. She worked hard to prepare for the tests, studying late into the night after her shifts at the cafe. It was not easy, but she was determined. Throughout this time, Sarah was also kind to Anna. She never acted like a queen looking down on a waitress. Instead, Sarah treated Anna like a friend, offering encouragement and smiles. Anna realized that kindness and respect were not just words, they were actions. And she was surrounded by people who showed her these every day. One afternoon, as Anna studied in the cafe during a slow time, Lucas and Sarah stopped by for a visit. Lucas looked at her books and said, "You're working hard. I'm proud of you." Sarah smiled warmly. "You're going to do great things, Anna. Just keep believing in yourself." Anna felt a deep sense of happiness. For the first time, she saw a future filled with hope, a future where her voice would be heard and respected. But Anna also knew that her journey was just beginning. There would be challenges ahead. Some people might still judge her or doubt her. But now, she had the strength to face those challenges. She thought about Mia and her cruel words. Anna understood that Mia's mockery came from fear and insecurity, not from strength. Anna decided she would never let hate or mockery stop her. Instead, she would use her voice, her true voice, to inspire others. As the sun set over the city, Anna looked out from the cafe window. The world was big and full of possibilities. And she was ready. The weeks that followed brought many changes to Anna's life. Her days became a careful balance between her job at the cafe and her studies. She woke up early every morning, worked hard all day, and then spent her nights reading textbooks and writing notes. It was tiring, but Anna felt alive with hope and determination. Lucas and Sarah continued to support her quietly. Sometimes Lucas would stop by the cafe just to say hello, or Sarah would send Anna small messages encouraging her to keep going. Anna knew their kindness was genuine, and it made her feel stronger. One evening, after a long day, Anna sat by her small window, writing in her notebook. She paused and smiled to herself. The dreams she had once thought were too big for her now seemed closer than ever. She could almost feel the future waiting just beyond the horizon. That weekend, the cafe was busier than usual. A special event was happening in the city, and many people came in to rest and have coffee. Anna moved quickly, serving customers with her usual warm smile. The stress of the day faded when she saw the grateful faces of those she helped. During a short break, Lucas appeared again, surprising Anna. "How are you doing?" he asked softly. Anna wiped her hands on her apron and smiled. "Busy, but good. I'm learning a lot." Lucas nodded. "I'm proud of you, Anna. You're doing something amazing." Just then, Sarah joined them. She reached out and gently squeezed Anna's shoulder. "We want to invite you to a small gathering tomorrow evening. It's nothing fancy, just friends and family. We would love for you to come." Anna felt a wave of nervousness. She was not used to being invited to such events. But she looked into their kind eyes and nodded. "I would like that. Thank you." The next day, Anna spent the afternoon preparing for the gathering. She chose a simple dress and took extra care with her hair. As she looked at herself in the mirror, she whispered, "This is your chance. Be brave." When she arrived at the beautiful house, Anna was greeted warmly by Sarah and Lucas. The room was filled with laughter and music. People talked kindly, and no one seemed to judge her for her job or her accent. Anna felt like she belonged. Throughout the evening, she met many new people. Some were friends of Lucas and Sarah, others were business partners or family members. Everyone listened attentively when Anna shared her story about her dreams, her struggles, and her hopes. Lucas watched her with pride, and Sarah's smile never left her face. For the first time, Anna felt truly seen. Later that night, as the gathering was ending, Lucas pulled Anna aside. "I have something important to tell you," he said quietly. Anna looked at him, curious and a little nervous. Lucas took a deep breath. "I want to offer you a job. Not just any job, a chance to work with me, to learn and grow in my company. You have the talent and the heart to succeed. Will you accept?" Anna's eyes filled with tears. She had dreamed of this moment but never believed it could be real. "Yes," she said softly, her voice shaking with emotion. "I would be honored." Lucas smiled warmly. "Welcome to the team, Anna." That night, Anna lay in bed, her heart full of hope and gratitude. She knew her life was changing in ways she had never imagined. The road ahead would be challenging, but with kindness and courage, she could face anything. She thought about the woman who had mocked her accent, Mia. Anna no longer felt hurt or angry. Instead, she felt strong. She understood that her true value came from within, not from others' opinions. And as the stars shone brightly outside her window, Anna whispered to herself, "This is only the beginning." Months passed, and Anna's life changed more than she had ever dreamed. She now worked at one of Lucas's companies, starting from a junior assistant position in the marketing team. She still remembered her first day, nervous, holding her notebook close, afraid that she didn't belong in such a big office. But Lucas had stood beside her and said, "You earned this, Anna. Don't forget that." With those words in her heart, she had faced each day with quiet strength. She listened, learned, and slowly began to grow. Her ideas were simple, yet thoughtful. She didn't speak much in meetings at first, but when she did, people listened. Her accent was still there, soft and musical, but it no longer made her feel small. It was part of her story. A part she was proud of. Even Sarah, now a close friend, often told her, "The way you speak is beautiful. It carries meaning. Don't ever change it." Back at the cafe, things were the same yet different. Anna still visited sometimes, greeting her old co-workers, helping out during busy hours. She had promised herself she would never forget where she started. The cafe was where she had learned patience, kindness, and how to handle people from all walks of life. But the world around her had changed. People who once ignored her now greeted her with respect. Customers who had barely looked her in the eye before now asked her about her work and complimented her on her journey. Some even brought their daughters to meet her, saying, "She's an example of what hard work can do." One evening, something unexpected happened. Mia returned to the cafe. She walked in, dressed in designer clothes, looking around like she was lost. When her eyes met Anna's, there was a pause. Long and quiet. Anna, who had once felt small under Mia's cold gaze, now stood tall. She walked over, calm and confident. "Welcome," she said gently. "Would you like a table?" Mia blinked, clearly surprised. Her voice was quieter than before. "I just wanted a coffee." Anna nodded and guided her to a seat. As she placed the cup on the table, Mia finally spoke. "You work here again?" Anna smiled kindly. "Sometimes I help out. But I also work in Lucas's company now." Mia looked down, her fingers wrapped around the warm coffee cup. "I didn't know things would turn out like this," she said. Anna simply nodded. She had nothing cruel to say, no anger left inside her. Mia looked up, her eyes softer than before. "I was wrong about you," she said quietly. "I judged you too quickly. I'm sorry." Anna paused, then gave a small smile. "Thank you for saying that." There was no hate in her voice. Just peace. Mia left the cafe soon after, her steps slow, like someone thinking deeply. Anna watched her go, then turned back to her work, feeling lighter than she had in a long time. That night, Anna wrote in her notebook again, something she hadn't done in weeks. Life has a strange way of teaching us. Kindness is not weakness. Respect is not something to beg for, it is something we carry inside us. And sometimes, the people who try to break us are the ones who teach us how strong we really are. The next day, Lucas invited Anna to speak at a community event about women in leadership. She stood on stage, nervous but brave, and told her story not about becoming successful, but about choosing to be kind when it was hard, choosing to believe in herself when others didn't. The crowd listened in silence, many moved to tears. Anna ended her speech with simple words: "No matter who you are, where you come from, or how you speak, you matter. Your dreams matter. And your voice is not a weakness. It's your power." The room stood in applause. From that day on, Anna was not just seen as a former waitress or a lucky girl who met a billionaire. She became a symbol of self-worth, dignity, and quiet strength. She inspired others to rise, not by shouting, but by standing tall with a gentle voice and an unshakable heart. And as she continued her journey, Anna never forgot one simple truth: kindness may not always be loud, but it always wins.